Hello everyone, my name is Alina, and you are on my YouTube channel where everything is about manicure, and today we will do extension of gel types in such dark gothic holiday design. I'm starting from the beginning. First I want to show you how did my previous manicure feel. I did the gel strengthening technique. By the way, this video will appear on your screen now. Be sure to follow the tips. Look, the equipment is very fast and wears out perfect. And as always, I take my favorite carbide cutter with green notch and perform high-speed removal. Since we will do not perform manicure correction but extension from scratch, so nail length we have absolutely no need for it. And this same I use a bit to remove the entire length of the nail. I place the bit perpendicular to the end nail. I take a nail file with a hardness of 180 grit. By the way, I tried new ones, nail files from AliExpress. I really like them. Link to them I'll share.
Ногтя прям полностью под самый корешок. Попилили и получили вот таких маленьких малышей.
We will do a combined manicure to improve efficiency. Cutter work, I always sprinkle my nails. Baby powder, or you can take talc. Here is the powder. And take my favorite diamond cutter flame and start do the cleanest manicure. I always work with a flame cutter with a red notch.
От казанского завода КМИС. Для меня эти фрезы являются самыми идеальными, самым ровным и качественным напылением.
We've done some work and I've already cut the cuticle. Look, the cuticle should be cut like this in a single strip so as not to leave after the cut there are small burrs. If you cut it well, then you won't have to polish anything. In the meantime, I've already started doing my nails. These are the tips I use, and now I select the required tip size for our nail. Tips should completely cover the natural nail without strong pressure. Clean the tips well, and now we will start building up in the assistance. I have a table flashlight, it's perfect. Suitable for fixing nail tips. Now I apply a rubber base layer so that the tip does not peel off in the future. The base layer should be quite wet. The base I supplied close to the cuticle. Now we take our gel tip, which we have already tried on the nail, and at an angle of 45 degrees from the cuticle we begin to put it on. Dry it in the lamp for a minimum minute. We put the tip on. Look, the base has not leaked anywhere. The tip is perfect in size, but my shape seems a little wide, so I will still make the side parallels narrower with a file now. On extended nails we can afford such a trick, especially since these tips are not just gel but gel plastic. Of course, with such tips the nails will not look very arched as if we extended the nails on the upper forms, but I also really like this method because very quickly we can make an almost ideal shape and only very minimal filing remains. So the shape suits me. Now we need to remove this gloss from the surface of the tip, because if we apply the material directly to the tip it will easily chip off. The tip we buffed it is now matte, and we have a small step between the natural nail and the tip. No problem, we will now take a cutter to remove the material, and with such smoothing movements we will level it. I also make the side parts of the tips thinner, because if we leave them like this and apply gel, the nails will look quite plump. I don't need this effect. Well, look at how handsome the peaches are. Our shape is perfect. I'm happy with everything. The nails are narrowed. There is no extra width anywhere, so we take the gel and strengthen it a little and complete the architecture. I'm not showing you the gel because it is locally made in Thailand, but that's not the point. The main thing is to take a thinner gel and apply it in a thin layer. Because our tip is not very arched and we do not need the effect of plump nails in the form of a button, we need thin and beautiful claws. Now I apply the so-called wet floor under our future alignment with gel. I smear it with a thin layer, then I take a small drop of the same gel and begin to pull the gel to the tip of the nail with such rocking movements. Where the gel is not enough, if there is such a need, you can add another small drop of gel. Since I applied the base under our tip at the joint to the cuticle thin along the same contour of the base, you can use a thin brush to bring the gel closer to the cuticle from the layers will not be checked. Turn the nail over and create architecture. Look what a perfect highlight we got the nail is, even there are no dips or bumps anywhere. The nail is very thin and graceful. For our design, it is not important what color gel we will use for alignment. I just have a lot of pink gel, so I shove it everywhere I can. Well, finally we move on to the design. I take my favorite black shade from the Div brand. For me, it is my favorite, the densest and most ideal black, and I just paint all my nails in 2 layers. I often hear such comments about the black color, that there are problems with it, that it does not dry somewhere, shrinks in the lamp, or it is very difficult to paint it under the cuticle in an even layer. If you also have any problems with the black shade, be sure to write in the comments. I will be interested to listen and help. I incredibly love the black shade on my hands. If I could paint it evenly on my right hand with my left hand, then I would probably always go with black. It is ideal for me. Let's move on to the design. We will now create such a light haze on the nails, and now I paint a thin layer of any liquid base, such a substrate for our haze. We take white color, and with a shaking hand we begin to chaotically create this smoke effect, so airy. If somewhere there is not enough white, then we add. If somewhere it seems that there is too much white, you can simply remove the excess with a dry brush. There are special bases for creating such designs. I do not like to buy a lot of unnecessary products, so I use improvised means. Someone also uses a top without such a haze or marble effect. But since we will have several more layers of other products on top, therefore, in order to avoid chips in the future when wearing our design, it is better to use a base. So, let's take another look. I applied a base coat of liquid base. This is our so-called wet floor, and on it with white gel polish. I also have a Diva brand. We create a haze or marble effect. I want it to be a little less white and a little more of this airiness effect, so I remove everything that seems superfluous to me in white with a dry brush. Everything that was made white, dry in the lamp. Now take silver cat's eye and only along our airlines with light movements without a lot of volume apply our cat. Try to apply all layers, both the base and the white color and the cat's eye, as thinly as possible and so semi-dry so as not to create extra unnecessary volume for our nails. Now I took a special rectangular magnet and begin to alternately apply it to different sides until the glare completely suits me. Dry the cat's eye in the lamp and now cover the nails with stained glass red gel polish. Or rather, it's not red but burgundy. I bought it last year, by the way, also for Halloween, to take photos of finished nails with the effect of blood drips. This year it came in handy for me too. As with all the previous layers, stained glass gel polish. We also apply it in such a translucent layer so as not to completely cover our design. In fact, I already like this design in the white version. It turned out to be an effect like skulls or smoke or ghosts. It also looks quite ominous. But I wanted to make some bloody nails because I will add voluminous figures with skulls and crosses on top of them. Thanks to the cat's eye, the design has depth. This is exactly the effect I wanted to create, so everything turned out as it should. We dried the stained glass gel polish and now we cover the nails with top. I create such a thin light alignment to smooth out the border between our haze and the main color of the nail. Now I will show how I attach the designs. I do this is already on top of the top. I put a small pea of acrylic gel and place absolutely any figures on it. They need to be slightly pressed into the acrylic gel and placed where we need them. And with a brush I remove a little of everything that came out from under the figure. I take a drop of rubber base and fill the space between the figure and the nail with it so that the figure does not cling to the hair when worn. I also added chains to the nails. I put them on a regular rubber base.
Еще на ноготках я добавляла цепи, их сажала на обычную каучуковую
And this is the
базу.
result I
И такой
got.
результат у меня
Write in the
получился.
comments
Пишите в
how you like this
комментариях,
method
как
of
вам вообще такой
extension,
способ
and do you like my
наращивания,
idea
и
of a
нравится ли
manicure
вам
for
моя
Halloween.
идея маникюра к
And of
Хэллоуину. И,
course,
конечно
like
же,
this video
ставьте
and
лайки
subscribe to
этому
my
видео и
channel because there is
подписывайтесь на
still
мой
a lot of
канал.
interesting
Впереди
things ahead.
еще много всего
And I
интересного. А
say,
я с вами
goodbye
прощаюсь.
to
До
you
новых
until
встреч!
next time.